Friday, December 10th, update on Comet Leonard versus Venus. This is part 9. Currently, this is where Comet Leonard is located. It's approximately 36 million kilometers from Earth, which is 22.3 million miles. On the 10th, on the 11th, the closest to Earth, runs right down the middle of Venus's orbital plane. Did the miles there? Calculation. Here's the NASA site on December 12th, 0.235, which is approximately 21 million miles. Distance from the sun is 0.777. So we go those numbers again popping up all over the place. 777 and 12. This is the 3D orbit from the sky. Basically, the same. Every day they change the orbit. When they get the information, they call observations. APL puts it out. I mean, they send it out to like Harvard, France, and then JPL, and then they all crunch the numbers together. And this is what they come up with. I guess they do change it on a daily basis. Still has the comet going right into the orbital plane of Venus. Okay, put it to 12, to 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's take a look and see what it looks like now. Like it's a little further away. And try the 18. See what happens. It looks farther, to be honest, but I still cannot get the updated version of the MOAB, which is the closest minimum distance interchange distance data, just to get an idea if it's still 2.6 million miles. It's gonna miss it, or is it closer? So waiting on that information, trying to get that information, which is pretty difficult, to be honest with you. I mean, you ask some of these sites that deal with the, like amateur astronomers, and I mean, sometimes you get lucky to get some information from them, but everybody's into their own thing. It's like the people over there in De Palma with the volcanoes. You try to get into their chat room and you mention the word God or something like that, or Jesus, and next thing you know, you're banned, you're kicked out. That's the way it is. Sign of the times. So let's jump to real quick. There's a lot of stuff, I look at this from a 360. I mean, I do the mathematics and the pictures and the orbits, the AUs, the elements. I do that just like they do. But I take it in a different, I look at this differently. I've been doing this differently. I read the stories of the comet are seen from the ancients as messengers, as harbingers of doom and omens. Sometimes you got a messenger here. I try to interpret the message like they did in the ancients time. Reading the constellations, they left all sorts of message. Okay, here December 10th, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a whole bunch of December 10th images coming in. Let's take the last one. Michael, he's, oh my God, look at that tail. I mean, the last image, he had an image that he said it was 10%, not 10 degrees, the tail. And I asked the question, so what do you estimate the miles or kilometers? Nobody responded. I started doing my own research, and I know this is more than 1.5, 2 million kilometers. Just guessing. I could be wrong. It could be bigger. They're saying that the coma, the diameter right here, this thing right here, the illumination part, from the nucleus to there and surrounding like a circle, like a ball, is 239,000 kilometers from that distance. This circle right here. So if that's that, I mean, just look at the tail, and it's starting to show colors. Like you're starting to see a little bluish, white, water, gases, and it looks greenish, bluish. So I don't know if it's cyan, which cyan is green. That's like a poisonous gas. Most of the comets have that, but it is showing a bluish color. I might be wrong. And let's go back Let's check out some other ones. Well, you got another one right here. And let's see. Yep. Same tail. I mean, it looked like it got bright right at the end. Right, boom, right there. So as it gets closer to the sun, see, the sun's been quiet too. There's been no solar M class, C class, solar winds, density. So basically, it's quiet. It's not getting a lot of interaction yet with the sun. I tried to do the measurement with the tail. I went back to 101, started reading. The only thing I got, the 6 degrees, was 22 million miles, but it was a further distance. So I was trying to get an idea how long that tail is. No luck. Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. This happened 615 years ago. I started listening to Father Malachi back in 1996 with Art Bell regarding Gabriel, the vision. He kind of hinted to something to this time period. Uh, he was sworn to not to reveal the third secret, and sometimes he gave us a hint. He said they connect. It's a fascinating YouTube video. Here, post 107, they're saying that the brightness of the year, the brightest comet of the year, is fading and acting strange. All comets, in my opinion, they act strange. Every single comet has like his own what's the word, identity, his own different. They're not the same. Just like you're like your fingerprints on your fingers. None of them are the same. They look the same, but they're not the same. I mean, look at Comet Holmes, P17, how it outbursts all of a sudden. The diameter as it expanded surpassed the size of the sun. Lucky for us, it was over there by the asteroid belt. I mean, every comet's different. P73, that was a comet a long time ago. I don't remember. 10 years ago, I think it was. I mean, it broke apart in many pieces. It was in around the same distance, a little bit closer than this one, and it was throwing pieces near Earth. I mean, we got lucky, to be honest with you. It was raining fragments. I mean, all over the place. The reason I bring this up, and I need to, okay, because the comet on December 9, yesterday, was in the head of the constellation Serpent, and right there, there's a nebula that's very famous in that location called the Pillars of Creation. It's a nebula. I mean, they zoomed in, and this is what I know. A lot of you remember this. I mean, I'm not trying to get it bigger, but yeah, I mean, it has a lot of features there that I mean, I remember back then, so somebody said they saw a cat right here. So it's there by the serpent, the head, right above the crown, this crown right here, heading towards Atheusius. And basically, this is the constellation Serpent. Looks like a dragon or a snake or both. And now that constellation, and that same day, comets, for me, I read them. I read the stories of the ancients, or I see the planets, stars, and nebulas like this one right we just saw. And some of them have stories from the ancients, so you read them and you interpretate them the way they looked at it in the past. And on that day, when the Pope Francis came out and said sins of the flesh aren't that serious. Lust is not the worst of the 7 deadly sins, according to Pope Francis. I mean, that took a lot of people by, it knocked them down, to be honest with you. And here's another fascinating, talking about Gabriella, prophecy concerning the Pope's visit to Moscow. Click on here. Basically, that's part of the prophecy. No Pope's ever gone to Russia, Moscow. Apparently, this one is planning, um, maybe going there, and that will fulfill that prophecy. And it also, that one of that prophecy of that is, she had the vision of two objects in space colliding. Spectacular. Everybody on the planet saw it. It's just coincidence that you never know with these comets and Venus, comet with this comet and Venus. And then you got the Saint Malachi prophecy, prophecy of the Pope, where he outlined basically 117 popes, and he names them. He gives a lot of description, and he's been accurate. I mean, you go down the line. I mean, it's just accurate. And then you get to the last one, which is 100 and number 12, which is currently the one that we have now. The last one was that Pope name right there, Ratzinger, and he was this glory of the olives, and there was something about that it matched him. And this last one is